What is up, you guys? Welcome back to our M30 and Compete On Demand class. So today we have Jen and Ben from Mayhem Justice. So special guest. All right, guys, so we're going to go ahead and go through a warm-up. So if you want to join us, this is going to be 3 rounds. I'll have Jen demo what each of the movements are going to look like, and then we will get started. The first one is going to be a lunge, elbow to floor. So ideally here, getting into that low lunge position, getting her elbow to the ground, and reaching with that rotation. So we're going to do 4 all on one side, and then 4 on the other side, just like that. If you can't get all the way down there, just try to get your elbow as close to the ground as possible, okay? From there, we're gonna do 4 inchworms. So you're gonna stand up, make your way straight down to where you're walking your hands out to a push-up position, push up, and then back. Jen, can you show us if you're doing a knee push-up? Yes. So she's gonna drop to her knees, give us a push-up, and then back. Perfect. And then the last one is going to be 4 up-down. So this is the burpee, but without that push-up. So, wait.
I don't think I know what this is.
It's literally just going to be.
Oh, even better.
Burpee with no push-up. So 4 of those, since we're already doing the push-up in that first warm-up position. We're just warming up the jump phase of this. We got a lot of jumping today, except for our compete people. Okie dokie. So all 3 of us are going to roll through that here. So let's go ahead and drop down. Let's do right side first. Drop down into that low lunge. We'll do 4. Good. 2, 3, 4. Good. We'll switch it back. Bring that first one, or that left leg. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. We have 4 inchworms. Walk it on out. Push up. Walk it back. Good. 3 more. Little synchro action. Last one. Good. All right, we have those 4 up downs. So just straight back into that plank, up and jump. Last one. Good. All right, run round down. Feeling warm already. Back at it, we have 4, 2, 3, 4. Good. 1, 2. That's okay. Is that on just that one side? Good. Back to those inchworms. 1, 2, 3, 4. Got 4 up downs. All right, last round. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Last inchworms. last one. Whew. Last 4. All right. I'm feeling warm. All right.
That was it, right?
Yes, that was all the warm up and the work. Okay, so next up, we are going to walk us through what these 3 workouts are going to look like. So today, I'll be doing body weight, Jen will be doing minimal, and Ben will be doing our M60 and compete version. So all of them are going to look the same with some different movements, but the same setup. So M30 body weight is a 3-set workout. It has a 2-minute AMRAP of 12 jumping lunges, 12 double object bent over rows, or 12 towel rows. And then in the remaining time of that 2-minute AMRAP, you're going to do max burpees. And then you're going to rest for 2 minutes. So you want to go hard in that 2 minutes because you get to rest the same amount of time. So really quickly, we're just going to show what each of those movements look like. So Jen is going to show us what a jumping lunge looks like. She's tapping that back knee on the ground each time and exploding up at the top. From there, she's going to do 12 double bent over object rows or 12 towel rows. Today, I'm going to be doing towel rows, so you can kind of find any banister or pole in your house. You're going to set your feet to where you're at an angle, and you're just going to work on that pulling strength. So this can literally be done with, this is like a bath towel. If you have a kitchen towel, you could even do something smaller. So just want to make sure you're locking out your elbows, coming all the way forward.
And the greater,
Yes, further underneath it.
the more resistance.
Yes. And then we have max burpees. So kind of like what our warm-up was, but this time you're going to lay your chest all the way down to the ground. So Jen's going to go ahead and show us that full burpee, chest to the ground, stand up and jump. Perfect. As many of those as you can do in the remaining time. For our M30 minimal, same setup. It's going to be 3 sets of a 2-minute AMRAP of 6 dumbbell power cleans, 12 double dumbbell bent over rows, and then max burpees in the remaining time. So Jen, can you show us what dumbbell power cleans look like? She's going to touch just one head of the dumbbell down on the ground, bringing it all the way up to her shoulders, getting those elbows through. Perfect. As you notice, she has her hips and her knees fully extended at the top of that rep. Now she's going to show us what double dumbbell bent over rows look like. She's going to keep that back nice and flat. Notice she's talked about this in the past, but her neck is in a neutral position. She's keeping those dumbbells nice and close to her body. Perfect. Jen, you've basically done one round.
Good.
And then she showed us what those burpees look like where you're doing max in the remainder. Ben's workout looks a little bit different than ours today. So our M60 and compete is going to have 3 sets, again, AMRAP of 2 minutes, but this time it's going to be 3 power cleans at 225, 155, 10 bar muscle ups, and max echo bike in remaining time. This is an edited rest version, so Ben only gets to rest as long as we get to rest. So if you're doing the compete, follow along on Sugar WOD. It's actually 4 minutes of rest, but today Ben gets 2. So Ben's going to show us what a power clean with a barbell looks like at 225. He has previously warmed up with this barbell beforehand, so don't try that at home, kids. Ready? And go. Good. As you see, Ben's looks just like Jen's, but with a barbell where he's getting those elbows through, hips, knees, fully extended at the top.
Like it. It's basically the same.
Basically. Alrighty, and then Ben's gonna show us his bar muscle ups. So we got 10 of these today. Good, locking out at the top. Good. Perfect, and then in remaining time, I'm not gonna have him demo for us, but he is gonna do max bike, echo bike calories. And then we're resting. Cool. Ben, will you, and you can just nod yes or no since you don't have a mic, will you be doing your 10 bar muscle-ups unbroken every time?
Yes.
All right, follow along, kids. Alrighty, guys, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. If you're doing body weight, you're starting with 12 jumping lunges. If you are doing minimal, you're starting with 6 dumbbell power cleans. And if you're doing M60 or compete, you're starting with 3 power cleans. All right, 10 seconds on the clock. 3, 2, 1, go.
All that I can do is say
Rest. All right, awesome. So that is what one round looks like. We have 2 sets left of that. So for me, those jumping lunges really primed my legs, and then I kind of got a rest when it came to the pulling for my towel rows. Then I was like, all right, I have a minute, a little bit more. So for me, it was about finding the pace where I didn't have to stop moving. I could just be slow and intentional about my burpees. Jen, I know you had a quick transition to those burpees, so you had longer.
I had longer with the burpees. I think the thing that I hadn't thought about is there's a lot of up and down. So whereas you might there is a rest to the bent over rows because you're not moving.
Yeah.
However, it does still engage all the things that you're about to have to move for that explosive max effort.
And I saw you came to a break. Did you have an intention, like a number in mind?
I didn't. When I realized that I had gotten to the burpees
So soon?
sooner than maybe I wanted to or expected to, I worked in a break. You can look at a clock, maybe give yourself 5 seconds, but I just needed enough to kind of step back, shake it out, take a good breath, step back and get right back into it.
Nice. Ben, how many calories did you get? 18
Nice.
calories. Nice. All right, we're looking for 19 or more on your next 2 sets, Ben. All right, guys, we have 15 seconds. Jen, how many burpees were you counting for yours?
I was counting and then I wasn't and then I was, and
All right.
somewhere mid-20s. I'll have a more exact number next time.
All right. Well, we're getting started with set number 2 in 2, 1, go.
Are you ready? Gonna take that prize. Oh, got a feeling, and I won't keep quiet. Hey, I'm going, yeah, I feel alive. Oh, get ready, tonight's
one felt the same but different.
Yeah.
I think for me, I knew where to pace a little bit better.
Yeah.
I knew what to expect, so I knew I could maybe do a couple extra burpees, or I still have 90 seconds of burpees, so let's get anywhere from 10 to 15.
Yeah.
Ended up breaking at 13.
Yeah.
And
Did you
then
have
just took
about
it.
the same amount of time for your burpees, or?
I had a little bit less. I had a minute 27, I believe, this time. And last time I had over 90 seconds.
And are you transitioning straight from your power cleans into those?
Right into it, because the time that it takes to drop, you're gonna lose some time if you don't necessarily have to.
Yeah.
So the reps are so short, you know you can just hang on for a little bit.
Yeah, smart.
How are your burpees?
Burpees are good. For me, it's all about just, like I said, literally just keeping a pace, laying down, standing up. Burpees used to be hard for me until I just got in the method of like, I literally lay down, stand up, breathe, do it again.
Yeah.
So that's what I did.
Nice.
Ben, did we get 19 or more? 20. Nice.
18
Lucky
to
for
20.
us, this is our last set.
Last set.
Best set. So ideally, if you're doing it along with us, set number 3, that max should really be a true get
push.
going, get pushing yourself, because you got nothing left after this. If you're doing compete, you might have some other stuff after this. But then we'll be cooling down. So push yourself here.
2 minutes of work.
If you haven't hung on to the dumbbells like Jen's doing and you're doing minimal, give it a shot. Try to do those power cleans right into those pulls or bent over rows.
Good stuff. All right, we got 3 seconds. 2, 1, last set. Nice job, Ben.
All right.
We'll give Ben a little time to breathe before we ask him about the compete. One thing I did notice on this third round with the cleans, how important it is, and we know this, but on the last round to really keep that core braced, keep your back tight and flat. On those last couple rounds, we can tend just to get through to let the weight pull us instead of controlling it somewhat to the ground.
Yeah.
So really challenge yourself, think about that on the third round to keep the movement the same as it was on the first round, even if you have to slow down.
Yes, good points. With the jumping lunges for me, it was about making sure I was still getting to that full range of motion each time. When I was getting like tired or lazy, I didn't want to necessarily drop as low, but you still just like she was saying, you still got to be in control even though you're tired. So, all right, Ben.
How did the 10 muscle ups feel? Unbroken every time?
Yeah, I'm broken. They got really hard at the end, as expected. I would just say, if 10's a challenge number for you, this is a good workout to try to go unbroken, just because it's 3 rounds. I kept singles on power cleans. I think that was good. Kind of kept heart rate just a little bit lower going into the muscle ups. That's on a bike, pick a pace that you know you can hold for at least, that minute 15 that I was on the bike. So like I tried to go a little faster every time. I think I held like 375, 385, 400.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, how would you recommend breaking up the muscle ups if they needed to?
I would say try to not break them up any more than 3 sets max, maybe like 4, 3, 3. If you break up more than that, I might scale it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good. Awesome. Well, I know for me that was quite a good workout in such a short amount of time.
That was. You can often see short reps and think, oh,
yeah,
that won't add up, and then it adds up.
And anything with max at the end, don't underestimate it.
True.
Because you can still get a good workout in.
So true. So we're going to move into the cool down. We're working in some yoga this time to have some of those. So these are more active stretches, whereas some are a little bit more stationary. So these active stretches are going to help. We've done a lot of bending. We've done a lot of pulling. So all of these are going to help stretch your back, open up your chest, and those hip flexors. So the first thing we're going to do a chest stretch. Pretty easy. If you have a wall, at home, on your wall at home, you can come up to like a corner of a wall. If you're by a rig, we want to keep a 90-degree angle in your chest, and then think about kind of pushing your elbow into either that rig or your wall, and then bring your chest forward. You should really feel it open up in your delt and in your chest here. We're going to hold this for 30 seconds, and then we're going to change to the other side.
Awesome.
All right, let's switch it out. Kind of this side. Remember 90 degrees. Push your elbow in, keep that chest open and proud, and you're just going to push through. If you're not feeling it in your deltoids or in your chest, that's probably you're not activating. All right, about 5 more seconds here. And then we're going to move into a crescent. So if you're familiar with yoga, this will probably sound familiar, and you're probably like, yes, finally. So we're going to come into a lunge position. I'll do it from the side. They can do it from the front. That way you can get one of each angle. So what you really want to think about, sit your hips down, and then put your hips forward. So you're really pushing through that hip flexor here, and then bring your arms up, kind of touchdown style, right by your ears. So the point of this is hip flexor on your back leg, your back lunging leg, and then to bring your shoulders down. So that's really going to open up your chest, stretch out those biceps. You're going to hold each side for a minute, and you just want to breathe through it. We don't have a clock, so we're just going to guess here. All right, step forward, switch legs. So think about pushing that other leg back. It's the right leg for me. And then drop down, tucking your hips under, pushing your hip flexor forward, and then arms back up. And a cue that's always been helpful for me is, I'm going to turn this way. You can often, there we go. You can often just bring your arms up, not thinking about it, but think about pulling your shoulders down out of your ears. Just activates everything a little bit better.
I think these are getting me more than the lunge.
I know. If you need more, you can always drop down farther. Get a deeper stretch in your hip. It says 30 seconds on that clock, but we were in a stretch a little bit longer. This next one we'll have for a minute. Exactly. So the next one is Warrior 2. So what that looks like, again, I'm going to do it from the front. So you're in crescent. You're just going to drop that back heel square your hips and bring your arms out. So yes, start in a lunge, drop your back heel. Perfect, then arms out. On this, don't watch this front knee, don't have it over your toe. Keep your leg in a 90-degree. Shoulders are down. There we go. And you will start to feel this in your legs more than you think. So just breathe through it. If you need to shake it out, you shake it out. All right, a couple more seconds here. All right, bring it up. Other side. So come to that lunge. You can even come back to your crescent. Drop your back heel. Drop your arms. Bring your shoulders down. Some good breaths there. Nice. As you can see, Kelsey, she's taking it, if you need a little bit more, instead of moving your leg forward, think about moving your body forward. So you can just kind of slide your arms forward a little bit. That puts a little more pressure in your front leg. About 10 seconds here. Hang in there. We said it was a cool down.
For those of you that do yoga regularly,
3,
you are incredible.
2, you're gonna stay here. And you're going to push your hips back, straightening your front leg. Bring this front arm either down to the ground, opening your chest up, looking to the ceiling. There are a couple options here because not everybody can do this. So your option, this is the most advanced option. Hand flat on the ground, chest open, hand up. Your other option, you can come to your ankle and brace against your ankle. If that's still too much, you can come either just below or just above your knee. Do not rest your body weight on your knee. Feel a good stretch in your hamstrings of your front leg. Five more seconds. All right, bend that front leg to come out of it. Stand up. You're gonna switch to the other side. Again, starting from your warrior, you're gonna push your hips back, straightening your front leg. And bring this foot or this hand to the ground. So you can see where it gets the name triangle, right? So we've got triangle here, looking straight up. Remember your options: ankle, knee. If you need even more, you can bend this leg and rest your elbow there. But this is opening up your chest, so just make sure you're really getting that. I know my hamstring needs this. Seven seconds. All right, bend that front knee to come out of it. Stand up. All right, only 4 more times through. No, I'm just kidding.
I couldn't.
That is it for today.
Yes.
If you have anything that maybe helped you in this video, or when you really started feeling the work, or how maybe you broke up your muscle ups, we want to know it in the comments. If you have some Whoop, if you have your Whoop, be sure to join the Mayhem Athlete group. The link will be below. Also put your recovery. We're doing a recovery challenge. So check that out on our Instagram, social media. Drop us a comment. You guys rock.
Yeah, thanks for coming.